on the track, boys. On the track, boys.
Nena loca, me tiene loco en la cabeza cuando me tocas. Siento que todo está bien, pero en verdad yo no sé si tú lo sientes también. Entonces quiero saber por qué desde que te vi yo vivo diferente. No me importa a mí lo que dice la gente, porque tú siempre la prendes candela. Te quiero a mi lado toda la vida, mi nena. La mano pegada y los pies en la arena. Pase lo que pase, baby, vale la pena. Ay, baby, yo te quiero. Es mentira todo lo que te dijeron.
You see, this is what happens when El Jefe is not here. This place turns into a third rate stream, I tell you. Where is the two-person Chihuahua? Okay, there we go. Saludos, programas. It is I, El Buntador Segundo. I'm here with Papa Oso. Papa Oso, say hello.
Hello.
And we are Los Lobos de Lucha. We're here to talk about CMLL goodness from this past Viernes Espectacular. As always, saludos, primo. We got you in the comments there. And yeah, we are here to talk about the June 27th Viernes Espectacular. We had a little bit of fallout from Fantastica Mania. Some people stuck around in Mexico, which was nice to see. But Papa, also vamp for 1 second. I gotta go grab my notes. I completely forgot them in the other room.
You're all good. Hey, this was a great one. I love one of the things I loved about this one is that. Sorry if y'all can hear my fan. It's hot in Texas. One of the great things that I liked about this is, especially at the beginning, is I saw some folks that I hadn't seen in a while, and it was super excited I was super excited to see them.
That's right.
But yeah, I thought this was pretty good. I really enjoyed this a lot.
Yeah, we're getting these hot takes out the way, low key. This might have been better than Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm low key there with you. I agree.
Yeah. Definitely. But this Viernes Espectacular, we start off with the Pequeños Estrellas in a Relevo Australiano for one fall. On our technical side, we had Shockercito, Angelito, and Galaxy. And then on our Rudo side, we had Mercurio, who we've missed from our TV, Pequeñito Perroz, and Full Metal. I felt it was quite the treat to see the Pequeños Estrellas again after this past week. And again, Agent Lo-Fi, the minis went all out in this opener. We saw Galaxy, Chacracito, and Angelito, you know that they are going to be just like flying all over the place. It was really fun seeing Mercurio back. He understands the assignment about being the Rudo, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. We do get Triunfo Técnico in this one. Papa also, what are your feelings?
Well, this was the beginning of the, oh, hey, where have you guys been? I haven't seen you guys in forever. Like Mercurio, Angelito, Galaxy, and Full Metal. Those four guys. I haven't seen them in forever.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, where have they been? Because I liked them a lot. And I'm just like, I mean, this match was great. It was a great opener, I thought. I enjoyed it, but it was so great to see. It was so great to just see some folks that I hadn't seen in forever. I was just like, you guys are so good. Why do we not get you? Yeah, we're back to normal CMLL after.
You're right.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's really fair. Yeah.
No, it was good though. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. And again, Agent Lo-Fi, towards the end, some spots did kind of go a little bit crazy there, but in the end, we did get Arqueles pinning Full Metal, and Chacracito submitting Mercurio for that Triunfo Técnico. Fun opener. Fun CMLL opener. Brings us to our next match, which was our Amazonas in Relevo Sencillo de Amazonas. Best 2 out of 3 falls. On our Técnica side, we had Lluvia and Tabata, whom is the first I've seen of her. Papa, also, I'm sure it's the first you've seen her in the ring. But Agent Lo-Fi, just fact check us to if she's like new, or if she's been like, yeah, she's newer. Okay, cool. But yeah, that's our Technica side. On our Ruda side, we had Dark Silueta and Hera. First fall went to the Rudas, where we had a little bit of miscommunication between the Technicas, and the Rudas capitalized on that. Second fall went Hera. Hera pinned Tabitha, and Jubia pinned Hera, and then Dark Silueta pins Jubia, making this a Triunfo Ruda. 1-2, boom, and done. A lot of hard hits in this one. A lot, so the Rudos, I should say, they it was funny to see them like back off at the beginning of the match and like walk up the ramp and be like, we're done with this. I personally love it. When the Rudos or the Rudas, when they do that type of, that type of shtick, that type of acting for the crowd. I just love that. Tabitha and Hera had a really fun back and forth between the arm drags and the and like the somersaults and all that. That was really well done. Again, Tabitha and Hera, great chemistry between the two. They hit that Spanish fly to the outside of the ring. My back hurt seeing that happen. Jubia, Dark Silueta trading suplexes on the top of the ramp. Papa also, overall, this match, ruthless.
I thought this was solid. Again, I haven't seen Dark Silueta in forever.
Yeah.
And I love her. I hate that I have forgotten her, but yeah, I love her. And Hera too. Hera, I haven't seen Hera in a while either.
Yep.
Tabitha, I'm not familiar with. Yuvia, of course I am, but it was so nice to see Dark Silueta and Hera back in the ring. Like I said, it's been a while. I don't even remember the last time we saw the two of them. I mean, Hera probably more recently than Dark Silueta, I believe, but this was a pretty solid match. Of course, it's the Amazonas. Of course, it is.
Yeah, I felt like this was a return to form for the Amazonas because every hit that was delivered, you felt it through the TV.
Oh, yeah, you did.
This is definitely one of those textbook Amazona matches that I'm like, you want to see women's wrestling? Here you go, boom. But yeah, at the end, Dark Silueta challenges Juvia for her CMLL Japanese Championship belt, which I didn't even realize Juvia had picked up. Whoopsie poopsie. But that'll feed to something that we talk about later on in the match. But the Triunfo does go to the Rudas in this match. Next up, speaking of international, we had our match Rampago for the night, where we saw Francesco Akira versus Star Jr. And they're gonna have to step it up. I don't know if you saw, but on social media, Zooksies went and had, I believe it was like a knee surgery, ACL fixing or something like that. But yeah, she was good wishes, Zooksies. Por favor, take your time healing to get back. We love you, we miss you, but we are very excited to see you back when you get back. Francesco Akira, I'm not going to do the shtick again, versus Star Jr. I thought this was very, very gripping to the last second, to the very last second. Not sure if that was a I'm not sure if that was a miscue between Star Jr. and Francesco Akira, or if the ref almost buffed the count. But at the end there, it felt like instead of being at the very last second, the pin should have happened at the 2-second mark. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I was watching it and I was like, whoa, you literally down to the last microsecond. I was like, that it did. It felt like, oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Because
Right.
you could almost see it on the wrestlers' faces too. Because there was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
moment where Francesco Akira, I mean, his eyes got a little wide. I thought, ooh, I
Yep.
was like, oh, I don't think that's supposed to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was
Yeah.
good. It was a great match.
Oh yeah, no, it was great.
Oh
It
my
was
gosh, it was great.
fantastic. Frances. I mean, Star Junior, we know his work. We see his work here. Francesco Akira, I'm very familiar with him. He was in that A block of the NJPW Super Juniors, Best of the Super Juniors. And yeah, facts. The match I expected these two to have, professional as. Are we deep enough in? Yep. Professional as fuck. And I would not mind seeing this done again in a part 2, and maybe like a non match Relampago, where the ref has to be like to get the pinfall. Francesco Akira gets the win in this match, which brings us to our Relevo Atomico, best 2 out of 3 falls, where we see La Familia Depredador, Volador Jr., Rocky Romero, and or I should say El Papa, Rocky Romero, El Hijo, Volador Jr., the Primos, Magnus Rugido, versus the Técnico team, Máscara Dorada, Neon, 2/3 of Sky Team, Esfinge, and Flip Gordon. And yet again, mi gente, put the kids to bed because it's sexy time. It's Rocky Romero's hip of the shirt for me.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, that's so funny.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. This match was a lot of fun. Let me break it down real quick. Our first pinfall went to the Técnicos as Finge pins Rugido and Flip Gordon pins Rocky Romero. The second pinfall goes to the Rudos, where Rocky Romero submits Máscara Dorada with a Boston Crab. And then the third pinfall goes to the Técnicos, where Sky Team pins Volador Jr. and Magnus. And this was a lot of fun. A lot of things that we expect to see, especially from Máscara Dorada and Neon. There was one Tijera that Neon hit where he jumped over the ring post and hit it on Magnus to the outside of the ring. I was just like, damn, when I thought I was impressed, you impressed me more, Neon. I was floored. I also love that synchronized where Máscara Dorada, he'll start on the ramp, he'll run, jump to the one rope, jump over to the other rope, and then when he launches for his moonsault, Máscara Dorada is perched on the top of the post, and he launches for his 450 to the outside of the ring. It was just a lot of fun, and I hope that they keep this whole Familia Depredadores thing going for as long as they can, because it's, yeah, I love it. Love it. What do you think, Papa Oso?
Oh, I freaking loved it. I love it. I love, Volador Jr. and Rocky Romero and Magnus and Ruido. I Mascara Dorada. I love all of these guys. I could watch these 8 men fight each other every day, because every time they fight, it's different, but it's the same.
Yes.
And I love that. I love that it's like, I know what I'm getting, but I also don't know what I'm going to get. And I have to say that Volador Jr. needs to keep those braids in his hair, because damn. All he needs now is to bring the facial hair back, and he is a hot daddy.
Right. Well, I think I have a feeling the facial hair is coming back, because International Week is done. He was kind of a technical during International Week, so now that that's done, he can go, mirror universe. Yeah, Agent Lo-Fi, I hope they keep running the 4v4 Relevo Atomico matches. Yep. This is definitely, like we've discussed before, this is definitely that lucha chaos that we really enjoy, and especially these 8 luchadors. They know how to do it, and they know how to entertain. But our triunfo does go to the Technico team. If you like the wrestling, do you like what you're seeing? Do you like what you're seeing and you like the wrestling? Then please join us on the interwebs. We are the Pyconics. We are on the interwebs. You can find us on all the social medias. We are at BC WrestlePod on Instagram, Threads, YouTube, Twitch, Blue Sky. You're probably watching us on one of these platforms, and if you are, thank you so much. Drop a hello in the comments, and do all that stuff. Thumbs up, this, that, and the other, blah blah blah. We do have merch over at BC WrestlePod Spring. Fourthwall.com. We have merch for all of our shows. We also have 3 specials. The first one is our Hot Boy Summer shirt. Our second one is our People vs. La Migra shirt, which y'all probably saw the back when I was running, but this is what the shirt looks like. Proceeds for the sales of this line goes to to the support of immigrant youths in Southern California that are going through it right now. And then the other line that we currently have is our Wrestling with Pride line. And that goes to support trans people and support for I believe it's support for the surgeries for the trans for the surgeries. Well, it goes to support our trans peeps out there. So yeah, and if you really like us, and you want to support us even further, please consider joining our Patreon, BC WrestlePod. We have a lot of backstage content and whatnot over there for you to check out. Speaking of checking out, what do we got coming up for the rest of the week over on the Biconics podcast? Well, I'll tell you what. Tomorrow, Thursday, the 3rd July, we have the Progress Wrestling Far From Ordinary People review. That is 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. On the 4th of July, we might have question mark at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, question mark. I say that because when I said that earlier, Will was like, so we'll see. But on Sunday, July 6th, we have our WWE review, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. This brings us to our semifinal match of the night. This was for the NJPW Strong tag team belts. We had our champs, the United Empire of Templario and TJP, versus our challengers of Angel de Oro and Niebla Roja, the Hermanos Chavez. This was my match of the night. I'm just gonna put it out there. I thought it was great. I mean, like Hermanos Chavez versus TJP and Templario and United Empire. I mean, we have seen iterations of Templario versus like Angel de Oro, Templario versus Niebla Roja. You know, we've seen them in Australiano matches. But like this one hit differently. I thought they worked really well together. I am so impressed with how well Templario and TJP from the United Empire work. I loved TJP's face makeup, by the way. Apparently, it's a shout out to his Filipino heritage, and he was channeling like a Filipino demon in it, or some sort of Filipino cryptid or what have you. He did like he had the cool like red contacts in. He sprayed like red mist that our favorite ref Guero Noriega had to call him on. Fantastic match. The United Empire does end up retaining. Papa, also, what'd you think?
I love this match. This was my match of the night too. This was like a nail biter. Like,
yes,
I was like, I don't know who's winning this. I was like, yeah. I literally was like, because right there, especially towards the I guess like the last third of the match. I mean, it was like pin, near pin, near pin, near pin, near pin, near pin.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my God, you guys are giving me anxiety. Yeah. I was like, so, and of course, you know, it came out, the outcome was what I was hoping it would be, but it was so good. It was so good. This is the match I actually watched at regular speed because I watched the rest of everything at faster speed so I could watch everything.
Yep. So you can cram
this one, I actually watched this one at regular speed because it was just so good.
It was.
You know, and I love how Templario and TJP work together.
Yes.
Like I'm not 100% familiar with TJP, so I don't know much about them. But but the two of them work so well together. I was just like, wow, so good. So good.
Yeah. No, I'm in the same boat with you. I'm, you know, because I'm still relatively new to the NJPW scene. I'm still new to TJP. As far as I know, well, you know, Templario was brought into United Empire, you know, very relatively recently, and the team up with him and TJP, I feel is a very, very new thing, which impresses me even more that they work so well together for being together for such a short amount of time. Got to give our flowers to the Hermanos Chavez. They did the thing. You know, those near falls, totally the Hermano Chavez specials. We saw them hit their signature move, which I can't even remember the name of, and I had it written down earlier. It was good. Is that I saw it. I mean, that is fair that you saw the ending kind of get set up there, but it was riveting, and I that would explain it. If you watch a lot of the Hermano Chavez matches, you probably, you know, get those cues. But still fantastic match of the night. Both these teams, great work great workers. Love to see it. United Empire retains their belt. And this brings us to our final match of the night, which saw Místico versus Bandido, which was set up from Fantastica Mania. This was, I felt, until the very end, this was a very standard Viernes Espectacular finale. Not saying it was bad. It was good. Místico and Bandido definitely showed off what they could do. It was very entertaining. At the end, Bandido takes the mic, and I feel this is what kind of took the match up to the next level, because Bandido, I felt he got very emotional. Yeah. This one, because it hit you in the feels. Bandido got very emotional. How he worked and he looked up to Místico, and his like dream came true. That he got to wrestle in Arena Mexico. He got to wrestle against Místico. Through his hard work and determination. Bandido. Místico ends up winning, by the way, hitting the Mística on Bandido. The great work, both of them in the ring. I would not mind seeing them run this back for part 2, part 3. I know that Místico was motioning for a chance at the ROH TV title. We'll see what happens. Papa, also, what'd you think?
I thought it was a great match, and I thought it was, and I had I had not unfortunately, but I had to have the English subtitles on, because I wanted to hear. Because I watched it in just the Spanish, and then I was like, oh, I really need to go back and see what they were saying, because I could feel it.
Yep.
But I wanted to understand it. So, but yeah, no, it was really nice. I found myself getting a little teary eyed.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was just like, wow, it's just in the personal connections these wrestlers have to what they do, and like where they came from, where they're going, the people they've encountered to get them where they are. It's just so incredible. And it's so,
yeah.
And when they have moments it's like going way back when Euphoria did his whole thing when he lost his mask and he was and I was in tears, and it was like, It was kind of the same here. And as he was speaking, I was getting misty eyed. I was like, man, I just love that. And I think, it's so funny is that I kind of wish we had more of that in sort of American style wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
That idea of being connected to the culture of wrestling. It's, you do have those every once in a while. You'll have those sort of folks that are like, I've been doing this for like 40 years and, I've seen it, this, that, and the other. But here it's just, there's something so much more organic about it.
Yes.
That just, and I'm an empath anyway. So you start crying, I'm going to start crying. But, it was just amazing. It was so good. It was, I love the whole ending and everything.
Yeah. And, this kind of harkens back to a conversation that we had earlier tonight, Papa, also about, if these luchadors, go on to other companies for more money, that's awesome for them. Like, we're not going to hate on them for that, because, it's the business, but like, there's that trade-off. Like, I don't feel like you'll get that type of connection at other companies than you do here, or you'll be able to express that type of emotion with that type of connection. Because Bandido definitely showed it, and he's going to be showing it in his string of indie shows that Agent Lo-Fi pointed out. Místico always seems to show it whenever he comes out, and buenas noches, Arena Mexico, and just like really getting everyone worked. Yeah, and you're right. There is something really organic about it. There's something really real about it that you don't get, I feel, a lot on American shows. So, but that ended the night. That was last Friday. This Friday, it's the Viennas. What do we got coming up? Well, let me tell you what we got coming up. I'm super excited about this. So, in our opener, we have Blue Shark, El Vieja, El Vieja, and Peñuelo versus Carnifice, Troglodita, and Troyano. Sorry if I stumbled over those names. It's that whole Puerto Rican Spanish, Mexican Spanish thing going on there. And next match, we had Stigma, Shelhua, and Arcalis in Reo Metálico versus Cráneo, Infarto, Calavera Jr., primero, and Calavera Jr. segundo. That's going to be a very fun match just because Cráneo will be there. Yes. Next match, we have Los Dragones, Dragon Rojo Jr., Dragon Legendario, and Dragon de Fuego versus El Cobarde, Hijo de Stuka Jr. and Felino Jr. I'm going to be happy to see Hijo de Stuka Jr. Coming back. Yes, Troglodita hype. Happy to see Hijo de Stuka Jr. back on our Viernes Espectacular. For that Campeonato Femenil de Japón, CMLL, for the CMLL Women's Japanese title, we do have Juvia facing off against Dark Silueta. Then we have Titon and Neon going up against Angel de Oro and Barbaro Cavernario, another one who we've been missing from our Viernes Spectacular, and I'm excited for that. And in our main event, we have Máscara Dorada, Templario, and Esfinge versus the Beast Mortos. Frank Mortos, attorney at law. I haven't done this in forever. Bear with me one moment while I do this. Have you been injured in a wrestling injury? Have you been slammed on the ring apron, the hardest part of the wrestling ring? Well, you need an attorney, and that attorney is Frank Mortos, attorney at law. Frank Mortos, attorney at law. Roar, grumble, roar. And he's going to be teaming up with Averno and Ultimo Guerrero. I mean, that is just like, that is a Rudo team. If I've ever seen one, I'm so hyped for it. So excited for that. Yeah, and it is a stacked Friday. I'm stoked for Beast Mortos. Yeah, I'm excited for it. So moving on to las noticias. So this is the noticias for this week. As we had talked about earlier, Zoxis was injured. She did get, again, I believe it was a knee surgery. I think it was an ACL or something like that. So she's going to be out for a little bit. So we wish her well again, and a speedy recovery. But so Zoxis is going to be out. That means Las Infernales. Hopefully they won't have to give up their titles, but we'll see what happens. This past week, we also had Global Wars, the ROH CMLL show from Arena Mexico. This had some great matches. I unfortunately did not watch it. El Jefe did give a whole breakdown of it. I feel that I'm not going to go through the breakdown, unfortunately, because I didn't get to watch it, but I will read the finals for it. So our first match was Athena and Red Velvet versus Thunder Rosa and Persephone. I'm going to have to go back and watch this one. Thunder Rosa and Persephone end up with the win in this one. I'm interested to see how Thunder Rosa and Persephone worked together. Like I said, I'm going to have to go back and watch this one. Kind of a replay from the Best of the Super Juniors. We had Nick Wayne versus Titan. For this was the a proving ground match for Nick Wayne's ROH title. So if Titan could go the distance with Nick Wayne, or if Titan pinned Nick Wayne, then he would get a future chance at Nick Wayne's ROH TV champ title. And they went to the time limit draw. So that means that Titan will be getting a future shot at the ROH TV title. Looks like uninformed. They are announcing the dates for the Grand Prix. Yes, we love the Grand Prix. Excited. And our first anniversario match is Felino versus Rey Bucanario. Pelo contra pelo. Very interesting. All right, that's going to be fun. That'll be a first for us. We haven't seen hair versus hair yet. So just kind of cue everyone in Lucha Libre, there is the more popular Máscara contra Máscara, where wrestlers will put up their masks on the line, and whoever loses has to take their mask off and can never wear their mask again. But for unmasked wrestlers, there's a version for that, pelo contra pelo, and basically that is hair versus hair. So the loser has to shave all their hair off their heads. So that's going to be a lot of fun to see. Gracias, Agent Lo-Fi, for keeping us updated on that. Going back to the Global Wars, we had Lee Moriarty versus a Blue Panther in another non-title match. Just making sure that it wasn't for... No. Okay. So Lee Moriarty, your ROH Pure Champ versus Blue Panther. Blue Panther gets the win by submission. Urgh! I want to go back and rewatch that. That's awesome. Of note, at the end, Shane Taylor Promotions, who Lee Moriarty is aligned with in ROH, they came out to attack Blue Panther for some good old elder abuse. Bryan Danielson comes out and makes the save with Hologram and Máscara Dorada. That's setting up a Lee Moriarty versus Blue Panther Part 2 for the ROH Pure Championship title. Yeah, I am definitely I put a pin in this. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna rewatch it probably tomorrow, or I'm gonna watch it probably tomorrow, because I'm very interested to see Lee Moriarty and Blue Panther. Even more so, I want to see if Blue Panther can actually win the ROH Pure title. I think that would be fantastic. But that's that. So yep, there it is. So that's going to be on the Super Card of Honor for the RH Pure Championship. And then this brings us to MLW Summer of the Beast, where we saw some CMLL action. Again, I'm going to try to get through this kind of sort of fast. We did see the Los Depredadores, Magnus and Rugido. They faced off against the Skyscrapers, Donovan Dijak and Bishop Dyer, where the Skyscrapers do end up beating Los Depredadores for the MLW Tag Team Championships. So Donovan Dijak and Bishop Dyer, of course, with Saint Laurent. They are your new MLW tag team champions. Kind of made sense, unfortunately, because Donovan Dijak and Bishop Dyer, I feel, are actually like contracted with MLW, where Magnus and Rahilo probably, are just like freelancing it. Still sad that they lost, but it was a good match. It was actually a really good match. We did watch it in the watch along. Mystico, he came out to say some words, but ends up getting ambushed by who we think is Contra Unit, but at the very end, the last person that comes out to sneak attack Mystico was Michael Jacob Freeman, MJF. And he says that he is going to embarrass Mystico and Mexico, teasing a huge crossover with AEW and CMLL with Mystico and MJF. I don't know where I'm sitting with this yet. And I'm a week removed from Summer of the Beast, but I still don't know, because it's the match from Grand Slam Mexico City where we saw MJF and Mystico go face each other. Not that it was a bad match. I just, as we had talked about before, I felt like Mystico had to put on the weighted training gear and like downshift so that MJF could keep up with him. I don't know. I mean, really quick, what do you think, Papa Oso? Like, are you interested to see more of the like MJF Mystico rivalry? What do you think?
And I think I've said it before on other brands that I'm all for like rivalries and grudges and vendettas, and as long as it's something different, it's like, don't give me, and this is not me, I'm new to the lucha, so maybe this is a standard, I don't know, but do I want to see more lucha fighting? Absolutely. So right. Do I want to see a lot of I don't know. This is the other thing, and I'll put this right up front, is I don't know a lot of the history behind a lot of the rivalries that have pre-existed, except for what you and Mikey have told me, or have filled me in on some of it. So it's hard for me to go, oh, I don't want to see any more of this, because I don't know what this is in context. Right. You know what I mean? Right. So, right. I want to see them fight. I don't know about the rivalry because, again, I don't have a true context of it, I guess. Sure. Is it a newer rivalry? Is it an older rivalry? I guess I don't really know the timeline of it.
It is a relatively newer rivalry. We have seen MJF in Arena Mexico before. He faced Templario. Mm-hmm. But this facing off against Mystico is newer. I believe Agent Lo-Fi hit it on the head, and I think we talked about it in the live stream when we watched Summer of the Beast as well. We feel like this is gearing up to go to the Aniversario show, where we'll probably have MJF Mystico main event. Makes sense. MJF is one of the big AEW names, and of course, Mystico. And I believe it was Angel Lo-Fi that pointed out they want to wash the taste out of their mouth of that Mystico. Lionheart match.
Oh, yeah.
What's his?
Oh my God! Why is this
Chris Jericho?
Yeah,
Chris
there
Jericho.
You go. I think it's because y'all have you're like, oh God. I think I've just sort of forgotten about him.
Yeah, that's how bad that match was. Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, as Agent Lo-Fi pointed out, MJF does have history with Major League Wrestling. So AEW probably gave him the yeah. Thank you for that. I needed that. Oh yeah, because that's the best reaction to that match. Just try to like burn it out of your skull. So moving on with Summer of the Beast, we had Ultimo Guerrero versus Alex Hammerstone. Ultimo Guerrero does end up retaining his belt. In the match, though, it ends up turning into a fatal three-way because we do get Matthew Justice coming in, staking claim to the belt as well, because he never got a rematch. And our presidente, Cesar Duran, comes out and he let the crowd decide if it was going to be a fatal 3-way. The crowd wanted it, so he gave it to him. Ultimo Guerrero does end up retaining. Little shenanigans between Matthew Justice and Alex Hammerstone, but it was a good match. It was a fun match. So that was that. We got the Opera Cup, the MLW Opera Cup coming up, where we have CMLL talent showing out. Mystico versus Akiro Kwan, another one that's gunning for Mystico and Mystico's mask. Akiro Kwan. Also in there, we have Okamura, Volador Jr. versus Titan, Esfinge, Blue Panther Jr. versus Zandakan Jr. That'll be a lot of fun. So that's the MLW. But something else that was announced on the Viernes Espectacular was that the Torneo de Leyenda de Plata is coming up. Our next summer tournament. I'm so psyched for it. And our participants are going to be Explosivo, Max Star, Capitan Suicida, Neon, Angel de Oro, Titan, Templario, and Máscara Dorada. And fact check me on this, Agent Lo-Fi. I believe Angel de Oro was the one that won it last year. So it's going to be interesting to see if he is able to win again and be a 2-time Leyenda de Plata winner. And that's it. That's the show for tonight. It's the last 4 winners and last 4 winners and 4 new. Okay, there we go. So yeah, that's the setup for the Leyenda de Plata. I'm excited for this upcoming week. Papa, also, do you have any final thoughts?
No, it was good as always. I enjoy the CMLL. I enjoy the Arena de Mexico. I love it.
Yeah.
And I would just keep watching. Just keep watching. And if you haven't watched Lucha Libre and you're watching this, you should watch it.
You should watch it.
It's so good.
Yep. And hopefully one day we'll make it down there. But so next week El Jefe will be back with us. He is out watching some live wrestling. So so that's that. And yeah, everyone, thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. Please remember, you're biconic, I'm biconic, we're all biconic. You deserve to finish your own story, and it's time for us to get out of here.
Let's get out of here, Johnny TV style. Sebastian! You're in the shot, you bald idiot! You